I often get calls about the cost of dog training. So I get these phone calls from somebody that just hasn't gotten a new puppy or a new dog, and they're super excited, and they love to tell me how much they've paid for the dog, what toys they brought for the dog, how the dog has seen the vet several times, and they just go on and on about how they have spent money on this dog. So they want to know how much dog training is. Great, okay, no problem. I send my prices, and then all of a sudden there's a pullback because they weren't expecting dog training to cost that much. So this is after they have all but bragged to me about how much money their dog costs. And I grant you, some dogs are free dogs or rescue dogs, but I will tell you that no dog is free. Every dog has to be fed and watered and taken care of. It needs to see the vet, and you can't tell me that if you've spent the monies for rescues that you haven't bought copious amounts of toys. Beds, clothing, collars, leashes, all kinds of stuff that they bought for the dog. But they hesitate in spending the money for training. And this is hard for me to realize why they do this. Why would you have an animal in your house that is tearing it apart? Why would you have an animal in your house and let its manners go to pot? Grant you, I've even gotten calls from people with their first time dog, and that's great, but they weren't prepared. They're seeing cute, fluffy pictures of these puppies and thinking that all of a sudden they want to be a dog owner. And they get the dog, and then they don't prepare themselves. And for the first, I don't know, 8 months, that dog's great. Or they think that dog is great. But then it's going to hit this juvenile stage, if it's a puppy, of course, and it's going to start having all these behaviors. But all this time, they've let this behavior accelerate throughout owning this dog. And they're shocked when they get the price of training. But I ask you, what's the cost of not training? Is it my undisciplined, unmannered dog has torn up my couch? Is it that I don't understand what the dog needs, and now the dog is doing whatever it wants? It's now become a burden on my family and is stressing me out because I can't get this dog to behave, but yet I don't know how to talk to the dog. The people have typically disciplined a dog in the way they would discipline a child, or treated the dog in the way they would have treated a child. This is anthropomorphism, and the dogs don't understand that. The dog is just basically making up its own rules, doing whatever it wants, and the owner is making excuses. So, personally, I'm an advocate for the dog. I want to see every dog and every owner become a great team together. I want to see you be able to live your life with a dog that is manageable, that is well-mannered, that fits into your lifestyle, that gets the attention it needs, and you're not stressed out about it. Because when you're stressed out about it, there's a good chance that your dog is insecure, and that's one of the reasons they have so many problems. Is they don't make rules themselves, or they make rules themselves, and now they don't have structure. So now, hey, let me get rid of some of the anxiety, and I'll chew up your couch. Anyway, there's a big cost to not training your dog, just as much as there's a cost to training your dog. And that cost of not training your dog can mean that the dog has to be rehomed. The dog has picked up some habits that are completely unacceptable. The dog has maybe so insecure that it's having aggression issues. Now you're attached to this animal, your kids are attached to this animal, your spouse is attached to this animal, or your significant other is attached to this animal, and now this is an animal that has become dangerous. dog trainer